Good evening and welcome to GC News at 7. I'm JohnnyZillion.
And I'm Hurst26, and our top story begins in Michigan as hundreds of Michigan residents protested outside the state capitol building in Lansing earlier today with some pushing inside while the legislature was debating on an extension of Governor Gretchen Whitmer's state of emergency in response to the coronavirus pandemic. Protesters held signs, waved American flags, and even carried firearms, while some chanted, "Let us in," and "This is the people's house. You cannot lock us out." And others tried to get onto the House floor, but were blocked by state police and sergeants at arms, according to WDIV-TV, an NBC affiliate in Detroit. A state police spokesman told NBC News that it is legal in Michigan to carry firearms as long as it is done with lawful intent and the weapon is visible. The protest, dubbed the American Patriot Rally, with state lawmakers are expected to vote on the 28-day extension of the state of emergency before it expires at midnight. Whitmer, a Democrat who has faced fierce backlash for a strict stay-at-home mandate, extended that order earlier this month until May 15th, but eased some restrictions on public activities as the state's coronavirus cases stabilize. The state, however, still has more than 40,000 cases and is one of the hardest hit states, organized by Michigan United for Liberty to call on the reopening for businesses.
New York's subway system that runs 24/7 will close nightly from 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. for coronavirus cleaning. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo announced on Thursday that cleaning can best be done by stopping trade service every night for 4 hours, starting in the early hours of May 6th. The closure is expected to impact more than 11,000 nightly riders, with buses and van services having to take on more people. This new plan will disrupt that unacceptable reality and allow us to actually get help to people more effectively, he said. If you're not going back and forth all night on the train, then you are actually coming above ground where outreach workers are there to help you. It's not yet determined when these shutdowns will end.
A New York City man was arrested on Tuesday for allegedly stealing 9 coronavirus stimulus checks worth more than $12,000 from mailboxes. Federal prosecutors say Feng Chen, 31 years old, was spotted by police early Tuesday morning looking inside mailboxes in the Sunset Park neighborhood of Brooklyn, according to a statement released by the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Eastern District of New York. Chen was seen searching a medical collection bin and looking at mail left at a door, according to the complaint and court statements. After leaving a different building with what appeared to be mail, Chen saw the police officers and, quote, tossed the mail on the sidewalk, prosecutors say. When police apprehended the suspect, he had more than $12,000, credit cards, open envelopes, and letters bearing the names of various individuals and mail addresses, prosecutors wrote. For many families, these stimulus checks are a lifeline in these difficult times, and anyone who tries to cut that lifeline will face the full weight of the law, Eastern District Attorney Richard Donahue said in a statement. This office will vigorously prosecute all those who seek to take advantage of the public health crisis. Chen, whose lawyer could not be immediately reached for comment on Thursday, made his initial court appearance on Wednesday through video conference, prosecutors say. He is charged with mail theft and faces up to 5 years in jail.
If you watched Jeopardy on Wednesday, you might have noticed something that caught your eye. Alvin Hoy was on the show and went for Billboard Music Awards at $800. Here's a clue for yourself. As the recipient of the 2018 Icon Award, she took control and took to the stage in her first live performance in nearly a decade. It was followed by a video of Janet Jackson performing her massive hit Nasty. However, Hoy answered with, quote, "Who is Ariana Grande?" Fans of Janet and others took to social media, calling out Hoy for his quote-unquote shameful answer. As many would expect, Hoy ended up losing the game, ending up in last place with $10,799, a close match. Even crazier, this event only happened 2 days after a contestant mixed up R&B singer Chaka Khan with leader of the Zulu Kingdom, Shaka Zulu. Hoy did respond to the trend on Twitter, stating, quote, "Today I learned Ariana Grande is not the same person as Janet Jackson. Ask me anything."
Well, fortunately, this guy did not win $10,000. He won $1,000. But anyway, let's look at today's national weather. At the onset of remote learning in March, the Bibb County School District, more than an hour south of Atlanta, Georgia, sought feedback from teachers, students, and parents on what challenges, if any, they were facing. The district used the crowdsourcing tool Thought Exchange to hear from teachers and administrators, and the app Let's Talk to solicit responses from parents and students, said Curtis Jones Jr., superintendent of the Bibb County District. Between the two tools, more than 10,000 thoughts were shared that were used for evaluation by the district. The number one thought was, "We were stressed," Jones said in a phone interview on Thursday. After consulting with the Bibb County Board of Education, the district, like many other parts of Georgia, as well as in Washington, D.C. and Nebraska, responded by announcing its plans to end the academic school year early. School is out for more than 21,000 students in the district on Friday, 3 weeks early.
After pictures of crowds stormed the beaches on Orange County, California Governor Gavin Newsom says he has plans to close down state and local beaches to enforce the self-isolation protocol. Newsom also went as far as to call the pictures of the massing crowds on beaches, quote, disturbing. Newsom, in a press conference on Thursday, stated that, quote, Orange County has been on our list of health concerns, and they've done a wonderful job down there. I just think we can tighten that up a little bit. So we're going to have a temporary pause down there. He also said that he and state officials are working to create better guidelines so that beaches can open, quote, very, very quickly. Along with the ban, it is reported that an additional 95 people have died from the virus on Wednesday, and they saw a 5.2% increase of confirmed cases. Why undo all the great progress? Let's move this state forward together, Newsom said.
Long-term mortgage rates tumbled to all-time lows this week as the economy and housing market continue to reel from the business and social shutdowns spurred by the coronavirus pandemic. The average rate on the benchmark 30-year home loan fell to 3.23%, the lowest level since mortgage buyer Freddie Mac started tracking rates in 1971. That was down from 3.33% last week and 4.14% a year ago. The average rate on the 15-year fixed-rate mortgage dropped to 2.77% from 2.86% last week. Freddie Mac reported Thursday demand from prospective homebuyers has weakened amid economic anxiety, and the housing market has been upended by the pandemic just as it was entering the busy spring season. The latest blow of economic news came Thursday with the government report that the number of Americans filing for unemployment benefits because of the pandemic has soared past 30.
More details about the case of Kim Jong-un's disappearance. So far, there have been reports of Kim Jong-un being possibly dead from a botched heart surgery, brain dead, or that he is perfectly fine. Chu Kuo-cheng, director of the National Security Bureau, gave a brief but vague health description when asked about the ongoing rumors of Kim Jong-un at a government hearing. Kuo-cheng says that the North Korean leader is quote-unquote sick and that North Korea itself has emergency plans for a power struggle if he does so happen to die. When asked if that meant he was alive, Kuo-cheng laughed and refused to reply. Kuo-cheng told lawmakers that, quote, my answer is from the intelligence that is available and is not an opinion. From what we know, Kim is still in charge and in control of North Korea's military and his government.
Coming up next on GC News, NASCAR is returning to the track.
And Modern Warfare 2 Remastered is now available for Xbox and PC. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to GC News. NASCAR is scheduled to make its return to racing on Sunday, May 17th at Darlington Raceway with a NASCAR Cup Series race that will serve as the first of 7 races over an 11-day span at 2 different racetracks throughout May. The sanctioning body announced Thursday the race is at the historic South Carolina track. It's going to be held without fans in attendance and is slated to be NASCAR's first on-track action in more than 2 months as the sport and world in general has been on pause during the COVID-19 pandemic. The May 17 race will be 400 miles long and it will be scheduled for 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time, live on Fox, MRN, and SiriusXM NASCAR Radio. It is also the first of 3 races at the track, including a second Cup Series race held midweek under the lights 3 days later. The May schedule also includes the Crown Jewel Coca-Cola 600 in its traditional Memorial Day weekend home for the 60th consecutive season, plus midweek races in prime time. You can check out the rest of the schedule at NASCAR.com.
For Call of Duty fans waiting for the day Modern Warfare 2 comes to Xbox and PC, today is the day. The game is now available for the 2 platforms after a month of PS4 exclusivity. The game is available for only $20 on the Microsoft Store and Battle.net. Just like the PlayStation 4 version, there is no multiplayer compatibility. However, buying this new version will get you several in-game items you can use in the new Modern Warfare and Warzone. Some of those items include weapon blueprints, emblems, and a new finishing move called the belly flop. If you're wondering about the remaster itself, the remaster features newly updated textures and smooth animations. Xbox users will also get support for HDR, and on the PC, you can now play Modern Warfare 2 at 4K resolution with an uncapped frame rate. The game is now also supported for PCs with ultra-wide monitors as well.
Jay Leno devoted his birthday month of April to producing personal protection equipment for first responders and healthcare workers. The comedian and former Tonight Show host turned 70 on Tuesday and confirmed in a Bill Maher interview last week that he has a couple 3D printers in his garage and has set them to manufacture clear plastic shields round the clock. We make them and we give them to the fire department and they hand them out to first responders and hospital workers. He says they run 24 hours a day and keep churning them out, he told Maher. At the end of the week, we give them away and it's fun. It's great to feel like you're part of something and sort of helping out, not just having food delivered every 5 minutes. Leno also stopped on the side of the road in LA this month to help a stranded motorist named Dwayne Henry, who was having brake problems at his 1953 Mercedes-Benz. Leno was, believe it or not, driving an electric Tesla when he pulled over to help diagnose the car trouble.
NASA is now planning to develop human landers that will plan to land astronauts on the moon, a project starting 2024 that is a part of the new Artemis program. We have reports that say that NASA is giving these contracts to Blue Origin, SpaceX, and Dynetics. Blue Origin is getting the bigger portion of the contract with a whopping $579 million. Dynetics, cooperating with Sierra Nevada, received $253 million. And finally, SpaceX, with $135 million to work on their own project known as Starship. All 3 contracts last until February of 2021 and will task the 3 companies into performing demonstrational missions. And at the end of their contracts, will choose 2 companies to move forward in making the final landing hardware. NASA and the White House expect the plan to be carried out and for the moon landing to happen by 2024. And as COVID-19 rushes throughout the U.S., it may interfere with their plans. Despite the short time given, their companies are known for their agile and outstanding works in astronomy, and we hope for the best for each team.
Coming up, your daily look at sports with Charles.
And Kirk's Day of Days. Learn about something cool today. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to GC News, and now it's time for sports with Charles.
Thank you. Now, welcome to GC News Sports. You guys may know me as a weekend anchor here at GC News, but today I am filling in for Uncharted Dimensions. Let's start it right off with some good old baseball. MLB officials are currently discussing to bring back baseball and save the season for as early as this June. That is, if the COVID pandemic seems to be calming down. They also plan to work it out with 3 divisions. Those divisions would include 10 teams each and would only play within their division. Each division would be organized and aligned based off their team's geography. For instance, the East Division would include the Boston Red Sox, the Tampa Bay Rays, the Pittsburgh Pirates, the Philadelphia Phillies, the New York Yankees, the Washington Nationals, the New York Mets, the Toronto Blue Jays, the Miami Marlins, and the Baltimore Orioles. And then for the Central Division, we'd have the Cleveland Indians, St. Louis Cardinals, Atlanta Braves, Milwaukee Brewers, Chicago White Sox, Minnesota Twins, Cincinnati Reds, Chicago Cubs, Detroit Tigers, and the Kansas City Royals. And finally, for the West Division, we would have the Los Angeles Dodgers, the San Diego Padres, the Houston Astros, San Francisco Giants, Los Angeles Angels, Oakland Athletics, Texas Rangers, Arizona Diamondbacks, Colorado Rockies, and the Seattle Mariners. Now that's for MLB. Next, we have the Olympic Committee that may be suspending more Russian athletes once again due to drug and doping usage. So far, they have 298 athletes that may have been involved with the usage of illegal substance usage once again, pardon me. But so far, only 145 of them have been looked over. Now I'll throw it back to you guys at the desk.
All right, thank you, Charles. And now it's time for everybody's favorite segment in the world. I kid you not, it's the Day of Days. Kirk Jeremy, take it away, please. He's not there. That's great. Well, Kirk, you got to get over to the green screen. You've been sitting at the desk for the whole time. Dang. Kirk, we can't hear you. You forgot your microphone.
Well, you see, Gamer screws up the green screen, and whoever said this isn't their favorite song is getting their nuts cut off. Let's talk.
Hey, news. Keep it PG-13.
Joke's on you, that's not how this game works. All right, let's start off with birthdays today. We have only one important one, Travis Scott. He's 28 today. Wow. I mean, we also have XL Irion. He looks disgusting. I'm sorry if that offended you, little TJ. It was also the start of it was the premiere date of Mean Girls, Talking Tom and Friends, and Friday the 13th Part 2, and some other stuff, but that's not important. Let's talk holidays. We have Adopt a Shelter Pet today, Day of the Child, Hairstyle Appreciation Day, a National Honesty Day, National Bubble Tea Day, which is a number. Never mind. National Animal Advocacy Day, International Jazz Day, National Oatmeal Cookie Day. Nobody likes oatmeal cookies. National Prepare-a-thon Day, National Mr. Potato Head Day, National Military Brats Day. Why is it? Never mind. National Raisin Day, Poem in Your Pocket Day, Spank Out Day. What the? Never mind. National Sarcodios Day, whichever that is. Thank You Thursday. And of course, everyone's well-known holiday, Bugs Bunny Day, which was the first day that Happy Rabbit, which was really Bugs Bunny, debuted in the first short Warner Bros. Film that he did. It is also the last day we will be meeting. Okay, that's it. We're ending. We'll go back to Johnny. I'm going to eat this taco now.
Okay, well, thank you. And final thing. This is the final thing we're talking about. Don't forget, we're premiering something at 9. It's the Family Feud Season 2 Tournament of Champions behind the scenes. Not try saying that 5 times fast. We're giving you behind the scenes on all the voice actors. What the hell am I talking about? Voice actors? We have the families. The voices of the family. I can't really say anything else besides that.
And the
'Cause I
fact
can't
that you're
really-
going to hear my voice. So
Oh,
yes.
yeah, his voice too. And you're going to hear mine at the start. But anyways, Kyle, do the outro. This is you.
Well, that's the news for now for Johnny Zillion and the rest of our crew. I'm Hurst26, and we're smiting off. See you tomorrow.
Our original.
Help. I got behind the glass. Send help. Please. Well, now Hurst is stuck.